Well, we are potentially just one win away from reaching the Champions League semi-final. Hello, welcome to Club 4 Part 3 of the Globe Explorer. Coming up in today's episode, we do have our second leg of our Champions League quarter-final tie against Bayern Munich. And obviously, should we get through to the semi-finals, we will obviously do the second leg of the semi-final tie. Then failing that, if we go out of the Champions League, I think we'll do our next Premier League game against Newcastle, because the Premier League, it looks really, really tight. So the form since the last episode, it's only been 3 games since the last episode. It hasn't been long at all. We have had a 4-1 win over Birmingham, a 2-0 defeat against Bayern Munich in the first leg. I thought it was just, I think we were fairly. The stats look pretty even. I thought we were quite unlucky not to get a goal that game. Then we did just beat Southampton 2-1, which is very, very good. So this is the league table as it stands heading into the final 5 games of the season. We are currently down in 5th, which isn't a bad place. Only 1 point behind Brighton, who is one of the teams we actually have left to play. I believe they're in the... Is that the second penultimate game? That is the penultimate. Oh my god, this Premier League. If we keep on winning, it is going to be tight. Obviously, Newcastle, who we play next, potentially, might be the next game, but it depends what happens in this game. We might be playing them, but they do have a game in that. But as long as we win all our games and beat Brighton in the next episode, I don't see a reason why we can't finish 4th, because I don't think we're going to finish below 8th. So I think we'd definitely qualify for some form of European football. Champions League would be preferable. Obviously, if we can win it this year, that would be even better. But I don't think that's going to happen, because we have to turn around a 2-goal deficit to beat Bayern Munich. So the lineup to hopefully do that will be Mitchell in goal, a back four, Raga, Roberto, Sergio and Osborne. Goebel at the base of the midfield. Then ahead of him we've got Engelman, McFadden, Bashuti on the right, Roma Mourinho on the right and left. Then we've got Hamouche up front. We do have a couple injuries in the squad. Gorgios Antoniou's going to be out for 9 weeks after suffering a hip injury. Then Elias is going to be missing. I think they're both missing the rest of the season. You probably won't see them again until next season, hopefully. That's if they both stay. I think I do plan on keeping them both, because they are both very, very good. Elias is old. Antonio's probably just going to get better and better each season. But hopefully, I mean, looking at that starting 11, I think it's fairly decent. Obviously, we do have the likes of Essien on the bench, who can potentially come on and hopefully change the games up, maybe go 2 up front if we have to. But let's not think about that just yet. As long as we get the goals in the first half, I think we'll do fairly well. Obviously, we are at home this first leg, so it makes it a little less intimidating, because playing Bayern Munich at their place, oh my god, it is hard work. It really is. But hopefully we can get a nice early goal to get things off to a good start. Because obviously, if we do concede the first goal of the game, I don't think there's any coming back from that. But if we get the first goal, all the pressure is basically on Bayern Munich for them to do a complete bottle jobs. Because realistically, from a 2-goal lead, you really should be bottling it from here. But Mouche has put the ball into the back of the net to make it 2-1. Well, 1-0 on the night, 2-1 on aggregate. Goal has been awarded. I mean, he was carrying the ball to the halfway line. Of course, it was going to be awarded. But that's the start I was hoping for. And hopefully, we could potentially go on and grab an equaliser here would be absolutely wonderful. But obviously, we do need to win the match. I'd say in order for us to go through, we need to score at least 4 goals today. I think that'd be good. Oh my god, Hamouche, 10 minutes into the game, we've already turned around this 2-goal deficit. This is absolutely wonderful stuff. And that goal isn't being checked by VAR, so that's the equaliser. I mean, I was expecting 1 goal in the first 11 minutes. I wasn't really expecting 2. This I wasn't expecting to go through to the semi-finals. I really wasn't. I was half expecting us to go out at this stage and do the next game against Newcastle, but no, the plans they might have changed. Obviously, we will definitely do the semi-final of the Champions League. Obviously, we have to get through there first. We've still got 78 minutes left to play. We're talking about a semi-final. If we can get a third goal here, that would be absolutely wonderful. Oh my god, that was a decent cross. Nobody was in the area, but Mourinho lurking in the right area. But if he was a little bit taller, would he have got there? Probably not. But Mourinho, what am I witnessing? What am I watching here? We're 3-0 up, 13 minutes into the game. VAR, please award this. Goal has been awarded. What is happening? Bayern Munich they're basically bottling this. There's no simple way to put it. They are bottling the quarter-final of the Champions League because they were 2-0 up, and within 13 minutes they've completely squandered their lead, and now we're one foot into the semi-final of the Champions League. I didn't think it was going to be this simple. I did not think it, but obviously we are only just a 1 goal up, and obviously if Bayern Munich get a goal from this free kick, which they nearly do, it's the frame of the crossbar. That's a good save from Mitchell. A very good save indeed. But if we can go into half-time with the lead as it stands, no conceding any other goals, another goal here would actually be quite nice. And that it does give us a 2-goal advantage. Bashruti has got the ball, just put it across the goal, and hopefully somebody can get a tap onto it. But Osborne finds Mourinho. Come on, this is looking very good. Mourinho. I mean, I don't think we're going to get a 4th goal in the first half, but it would do us a world of good. I mean, certainly takes a lot of pressure off in the second half. Ngalima has got the ball now to Mourinho. This is looking very, very splendid, I must say. We're playing like Barcelona, prime-time Barcelona back in the day. But oh my god, that should have been a 4th goal. I tell you what, I think we're going through to the semi-finals. I didn't think it before the game kicked off, but we are. But I don't know what's gone into the lads. The first leg, we were bang average, I would say. Barely unlucky not to get a goal or two. But this leg, I don't know if it's because we've got like the home advantage sort of, but we've just been absolutely wonderful. There is 2 minutes of additional time. Raga plays ball to Ngalima. This is looking very positive. McFadden, come on. If this is a 4th goal, it was close. If that had gone in, we're going through to the semi-finals. I think we're going through regardless, because Bayern Munich, apart from that set piece, they haven't really done much, have they? I don't think they have. I mean, you can disagree all you like, but I'm the Liverpool manager. Bayern Munich have not done anything this game, and hopefully it stays that way. Ngalima now to Bashruti. McFadden. I mean, if this is the 4th goal, this almost game set a match, I presume. Ragab, Bashruti, come on, put the ball into the box. Samushi. Oh, that's a decent strike, a very good strike, but just couldn't quite find the back of the net. But what is going on this game? If we could perform like this for the rest of the games, we're qualified for the Champions League. Might even win the Champions League. Who knows? I don't know. Don't really know who we've got in the semi-final who we potentially have to face, because I didn't look that far, because I presumed we were going to be going out to Bayern Munich, because I think they were one of the teams that we played in the league phase, or one of my first Champions League games for them, and that was very close. And I think we lost against them in the league phase by how many goals? I do not know. I don't think it was a light defeat. I think it was a very, very heavy defeat. But half an hour left to go. Obviously, just a 1 goal up at the moment on the aggregate scoreline, but things are going very well so far. We are going to make a couple more changes, or just a couple changes. Sydney is going to come on for Ngalima. Amushe is going to drop out onto the right-hand side. Bashruti is going to make way for Essien. But half an hour left to go. I'd say 1 more goal should probably wrap up the game, which I think we're definitely capable of doing, because Bayern Munich, this second half, they haven't been too they haven't been too threatening. I don't think they've tested our goalkeeper this second half. First half, I think they were unlucky not to get at least one goal, but the second half, having said that, they do have the ball, and that's another great save from Remy Mitchell. Is it Remy? I just made that name up. Richie. Why do I always call him Remy? Richie Mitchell. What a save. I mean, he's been absolutely superb. Thoroughly deserves the 7.4 average rating. Maybe a little bit higher, but maybe I'm just being biased, I think. But we've got 13 minutes left to go. We are going to make a couple more changes. We are going to get on. We're going to get off. Who's tiring? Let's get off Goebel. He is on a yellow card, so Baloo can come on for him. And I think, let's get on to Boob for Olsen. I think that's probably all we shall do for now. I am looking down at Ray Mourinho, who's absolutely shattered, but we don't really. I mean, we've got Djordjevic, who's primarily a right winger. I don't think he can really play it out on the left, but we'll leave it for as long as possible before we make that change. And to boom, that's a great shot, but a good save from the Bayern Munich goalkeeper. And we do get ourselves a corner. Himushe with the set piece. Come on, if this is a goal, that's it. This game is done. I don't mind it. We're in the lead. We're in the lead. If we were like 2 goals down with this time left, I'd be a little bit annoyed from that set piece. But as we're in a winning position, I don't mind it. It's a decent opportunity, but I think he should have gone for the top left-hand corner, in my opinion. We are going to go on Djordjevic, actually, Himushe. Can Himushe? Not really. We'll leave out of that for now. We'll just leave Djordjevic on the left, because this is only like 5 minutes left to go. Bayern Munich are seriously running out of time. I mean, they've been absolutely dreadful this second half. They've gone 2 up front. One of their strikers has had an injury, which is very, very good. And we have done it. I mean, from 2-0 down in the first leg to a 3-0 win this leg, that is one remarkable bottle job. So, I mean, Bayern Munich, he does deserve a round of applause. Absolutely brilliant. Could have done it better myself. Well, that's turned this episode on its head, because I was planning to do the Newcastle game, but that's completely gone out of the window. Because, being judged by that performance, I think we'll beat Newcastle fairly easily. I think we will. Roberto's very tired, so could do with a rest. I don't really want to rest him against Newcastle, but I might be forced into, but we'll see what happens. But we might just rest him for the first leg against Arsenal, who we do get in the semi-final. Who's in the other semi-final? That is what I want to know. Dortmund or Napoli? I mean, if we get past Arsenal, we're obviously going to win the Champions League, right? Right? I think that's what we're going to do. So we are going to play Newcastle, Leeds, and obviously the first leg off camera. Hopefully 3 wins out of 3 and a decent advantage going into the second leg, and hopefully then we'll be just 90 minutes away from the Champions League final. Well, our form going into the second leg against Arsenal has been very, very good. We did get a 2-2 draw against Newcastle, which it could have been a win, but yeah, we conceded like a few seconds after. I maintain the fact we let Newcastle score their second goal, judging by the fact this was potentially the goal that could have won us the game if we hadn't let them get back into it. Because it was a silly goal, which I'm obviously going to show you it, because it was one of the worst goals I've ever seen in my life. Beretti, as you can see, puts the ball into the back of his own net. I mean, if that was the goal to win us the game, bonkers. My mind's just been blown, but it's still a 2 draw against Newcastle. A very good result. Then we did go on and beat Arsenal 2-1 in the first leg of the Champions League semi-final, which is very good. Goals coming from Steven Essien and Harvard Dahl, all people to score. Harvard Dahl scored the winning goal in that game. Arsenal did get 1 goal. They were 1-0 up, but apart from that, they were pretty useless. Then we did just beat Leeds United 3-1 to really cement our spot in the Champions League running. Obviously, 3 games left to go. We do have a game in hand to Brighton, and obviously still have to play them. But I don't think Brighton might be in the next episode. But depends what happens. It depends what happens in this game. But I think we are very much going to qualify for the Europa League, possibly the Champions League if we do beat Brighton. But I think we will. I think we will. Man United, I don't know what's going to happen in the next episode, but we've got. I thought Brighton was before Nottingham Forest, but no, apparently it's Man United. That could be interesting in tomorrow's episode, depending on what happens. But obviously, if we do make it through to the final, we will play Napoli. We've already played them in the league phase and beat them 4-1. Let's just hope we get through to the final. Imagine if we win the Champions League. That would be absolutely absurd. But this is the lineup. It is Mitchell and goal, back for Ragab, Roberto, Sergio, and Osborne. Goebel at the base of her midfield, and ahead of him we've got Ngalima, McFadden, and Mouchet on the right, Romarinho on the left, and we've got Essien up front. Come on, lads, let's hopefully get the win we need. Probably, I'd say minimum of 2 goals. That's if Arsenal don't score any goals. 2 goals for us. So if we win the match 2-0, I think we'll be fine. If we can play like we did in the second leg against Bayern Munich, albeit we are away from home, but still in our home country. So I don't think it should make a big difference, but I think we'll definitely go on and win this game. But obviously the first leg, it was challenging in the places, but apart from that, it was pretty light work. Apart from the Arsenal scoring the first goal of the game, they didn't really do much after that, which I'm hoping we don't concede an early goal. We all want a balanced mentality, and I want to keep it that way. I don't really want to be having to go to a positive mentality this game, so try and keep on that as long as possible. But if things go pear-shaped, we will go on to a positive mentality. But at the moment, things are still looking good. But if we can just get the 1 goal this first half, that would be ideal, and hopefully limit Arsenal to minimal chances. Obviously, they've only had 2 shots, 1 on target. Obviously, that will continue. Hopefully, that should continue to grow for them. But let's hopefully just keep it down there. I don't mind them having lots of shots. Don't want them to have lots on targets. That's the one thing that we don't need. But we do have 15 minutes left to go of the first half, and it's been relatively simple so far. The stats look pretty even. Not much highlights, so I'll take that as a positive. What I could take is a goal from this free kick with Mouchet takes it. Got to be that. I swear to God, that was going into the top right hand corner. But the Arsenal player gets his head in the way. But Osborne whips in the corner. That wasn't great, but it does fall to Ngalima. Now to Osborne. Come on, Ngalima. Oh, that was decent. I can't get my head around that free kick, because that was going in, but it doesn't matter because Essien has put the ball into the back of the net to make it 3-1 on the aggregate scoreline. We are 2 goals clear from Arsenal. And that free kick was almost certainly going in, but it doesn't matter because we did eventually score from a corner of all. We're set piece FC, I think, because we score a lot of goals from them. Goebel has got the ball. Ngalima, Mouchet has got the ball. Will he put it across goal? I hope he does. Ngalima, Goebel with the shot. That was a decent save from the Arsenal goalkeeper, keeping them in it single-handedly. But I don't think it's enough for them. Obviously, we've still got 1 half of football left to play before we reach the Champions League final. But as things stand, it's all looking very, very tasty. McFadden, that's not bad. It's not great pass. Oh my God, what a shot. Ngalima, what a player he is. I've been really enjoying watching him. I'm managing him, obviously. But I just wish, he's 32 years old. I just wish he was like 5 years younger. But obviously, if we do get to the Champions League final, we don't need to see him at any older. Because obviously, if we do win the Champions League, obviously, I've only been at Liverpool for less than 6 months. Yeah, about 6 months. So I think we do 1 more season regardless. So that's if we win the Champions League. But I think if we don't win the Champions League this year, I think we're almost certain to win it next year, I reckon, because we have a much stronger squad in my opinion, because we didn't do a whole load of business in the transfer window. Obviously, we only brought in Sergio, Sydney, and who else did we bring in? We brought in that right back Yukini. That's all we did. And obviously Sydney's already alone, so he's going to be going back to Real Betis in the summer. Which Real Betis, we left them in first place. They dropped down to fourth. So things really haven't been going well in the on the other side of the world. Not on the other side of the world, but it's only in Spain. But it's very much the other side of the world to me. Lembe, that's not great goalkeeping, and it is a goal back for Arsenal. They've still got one more goal to get to send the match extra time, but that was a pretty pathetic goalkeeping from Mitchell. We are going to make a couple changes. Hamouche is going to make way for Pashruti, and I think we're going to get off Goebel for Banu. I think that's probably all we'll do for now. But 25 minutes left to go. We very much could do with a second goal at the moment. But I very much would like a second goal just to restore the 2-goal lead. But I'm more than happy just to hold on to this 1-goal advantage that we do have, just to send us through to the Champions League final, which I never thought we'd get there this season, but we are, and we could play Napoli in the Champions League final, which we've already beaten and beat quite comfortably. So if we do get to the final, I expect us to win it. But Arsenal did have the ball. They've given the ball straight to our player, and McFadden is for a goal, and that might just be the goal to send us through to the Champions League final. First time of asking. This save, it's beyond crazy. I was talking about a couple episodes ago about potentially a mission failed, but no. We are almost definitely sailing through to the Champions League final. We are going to make a couple changes. Roma Mourinho is going to make way for... We'll get on... I don't know if Dawn David... We're going to get on Thomas Hughes. Pashruti can just go out on the left. He can't... No, we'll leave Thomas Hughes out on the left. He can sort of play... He can play out on the right. He can play out on the left. It's fine. I think we'll also get off Osborne for Zaboob. Anyone else extremely shattered? I think, you know what, Roberto's going to make way for Evan Davies. I think that'd be the... It's not Evan Davies, is it? It is Evan Davies. I thought I made up his name, but he's going to come on for the final few moments of the game, which we do have 5 minutes left to go. Obviously, Arsenal still need 2 goals to send the game to extra time, but I don't think that's going to happen. We've got 3 minutes of additional time. I think we've done it. We've done it. We're in the Champions League final. We're in the Champions League final. Do I need to say anything else? Not really, but apart from that, we're in the Champions League final. What the hell? What on earth has gone on here? I don't understand this save at all. I really don't, because I didn't think we were going to ever win the Champions League or even come close. But this is our first ever Champions League final, and we might win it. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it, and that's where we will leave things in today's episode. So I think in the next episode, we're not going to worry about Nottingham Forest, because where were they in the league? Where are they? They're not. Okay, they're in a decent spot, but I think in the next episode, we will obviously play... I think we'll play Man United, because that is a reasonably big game. Then following that, we will play our Champions League final against Napoli. But obviously, winning that, it won't be the end of the same, because we'll almost definitely do just one more season, hopefully try and win everything in England. But we are just one win away from winning the Champions League. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.